Welcome to UF200 Online. You have accessed this video by clicking on Module 1 Getting Started and scrolling down to this orientation video. Please take the time to watch this entire video. For the next 15 weeks, we will be working together to complete each weekly module. Each week's worth of work is equivalent to meeting in class twice a week. This video is meant to familiarize you with the course and how to navigate and complete assignments in an online context. Every week there will be required readings, videos to watch, a quiz, a piece of research, discussion boards, sharing of ideas and beliefs, and group activities. There are several writing assignments, an experiential learning project, and feedback from myself. Make sure you carefully schedule your time during this course. It's like a part-time job with an estimated 5 to 9 hours of work per week. I suggest you set up your own calendar and refer to the UF200 course site at least 4 times a week. Blackboard will also provide notification of items due if you look at the dashboard. Let me introduce myself. My name is Chris Clover. I am your instructor for this online UF200 course. In this slide, you can see that I enjoy all the outdoor features that living in the West provides. The dog is Zeke, and he loves to have people skip rocks at the river. For more information about me, please click the faculty information. That page also includes my contact information. I have been teaching this course for several years. I enjoy teaching UF200, and I believe this 15-week journey will provide you with new perspectives about your community and how you can engage with the world in meaningful ways. UF200 is a required course for students who want to graduate from Boise State University. University Foundations courses are just 6 credits out of the 36 general education credits required by the state of Idaho. UF200 is a course built on the foundations of ethics and diversity. The focus for this class is diverse perspectives on safety and justice for oppressed communities. During this course, we will look at communities that have experienced oppression. In other words, populations whose human rights have been violated. By using the focus of safety as the right of every person, we will study the ethical and civic issues that result in the disabling of safety and security for diverse populations throughout the world. Beginning with building an understanding of our own personal cultural identity, the micro level, we will research and discuss how privilege and power appear to be crucial to providing safety and how a lack of safety often results when those are missing. Knowing where your cultural identity comes from will help you place yourself in terms of privilege and power. Looking at your own cultural identity and beliefs will help you to understand how your own perspective impacts your understanding of important global ethical issues, as well as ethical issues that affect your personal life. We will use the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, a multinational document that was written following World War II, as the ideal for defining human rights and human rights violations. We will explore the systemic and historic oppression of communities that are diverse, such as people of color or minorities, women, those persecuted for their religious beliefs, refugees, and those living in poverty. We will learn about inequality and how this concept is tied to diverse communities that are outside of the dominant culture represented by those who hold privilege and power in the world. We will study in detail 4 families of ethical frameworks. These include ethics of consequences, ethics of rights and obligation, ethics of character, and ethics of relationship and care. We will practice decision-making using the diverse families of ethical frameworks as discrete models for making decisions about ethical issues by taking case studies that represent ethical dilemmas directly from the news. We will study how inequality occurs in terms of respect, recognition, love, care, power, working, learning and education, resources, and income. We will look at how systems of inequality are maintained, resulting in ethical issues with respect to diverse communities and a lack of safety for those communities. We will practice analyzing ethical issues at the individual, your personal, professional life, the micro level, at the community level, how you engage with your city and nation, the meso level, and at the global level, or the macro level. In UF200, we will focus on writing and utilizing sources. You will have weekly opportunities to find a credible source to use while participating in discussion boards, as well as when writing the Diverse Stakeholder Perspectives paper. You will practice utilizing, synthesizing, and documenting credible sources, as well as summarizing, quoting, and paraphrasing and citing your sources within the text of the Diverse Stakeholder Perspectives paper. My mother was an English teacher, so I'm going to find grammar errors, but without the red ink. If you need help, email me or take your paper to the Writing Center. Completion of the 5 library badges is required if you want your Diverse Stakeholder Perspectives paper graded. You may already have completed these badges, in which case you may just submit proof of completion. During this course, you will complete an experiential learning project in your community as a means for understanding how you can engage with and impact populations experiencing human rights violations. I do not expect you to volunteer, although you may do so if you wish. Your experiential learning project is an important part of learning about your cultural identity and how this impacts your perspective about diverse communities that are subject to oppression and inequality. You will also become familiar with ways to reduce the impacts of justice and inequality in your own community. Clicking on Syllabus Grading Scheme Weekly Schedule in Course Information in the UF200 course menu in Blackboard takes you to the important information about this course. Included are the University Foundation theme, Know, Do, Become, the syllabus, in the grading scheme and due dates, a complete listing of what will be graded and when it is due, a weekly module list, and the University Learning Outcomes for UF200. To get to Module 1, first click on Weekly Modules 1 through 15 under Course Information. This takes you to the top of the weekly modules and the complete schedule of weekly modules. Scroll down below this to see each module folder 1 through 15. After scrolling below the complete schedule of weekly modules, you can see Module 1 and Module 2 below it. Click on the underlined title, Week 1, Getting Started, Know, Do, Become, and University Learning Outcomes. In the to-do list and purpose of Module 1, and for every following module, you will find a list of what you should do for that week, as well as the due dates, and below the to-do list, links to everything for that week. As you scroll down below the to-do list, you will see a link to my orientation video, which you are watching, UF200 resources, a link to the Syllabus Grading Scheme weekly modules. Please review these and other information in order to complete the quiz for Module 1. Navigating through this course site may sometimes prove challenging. Here is a screenshot of where this course opens in Announcements. This contains announcements about the course, all of which are emailed to you. Feedback about what is happening in the course, reminders about big assignments, and information about anything I might change in the course, as well as the end-of-week instructor summary PowerPoint. All of the announcements will be archived on this page. On the course menu on the left side, you can see 4 highlighted course titles. Included are course information, where you can find the announcements, syllabus and schedule, faculty information, and the discussion leader list. Below that is course content, where you can find the weekly modules 1 through 15, the assignments and their instructions, the class discussion board, groups, and a complete reading list by module. Next is My Tools, where you can find my grades, course resources, tools, library badges, e-portfolios at BSU, and My Portfolios. The final title is Quick Links, which include BB Help for Help in Blackboard, Send Email, which takes you to the instructor as well as the entire class email, Library Resources, which takes you right to the Albertsons Library site, a link to the campus read for this year, and the dashboard, where you can see what is due in another place. Click on Weekly Modules 1 through 15 under Course Content, and then click on the module you want to work on. I have clicked on Module 2. The first thing you will see here is the to-do list and purpose of Module 2. All modules are similar in appearance. Here you can see the Week 2 instructor video, or possibly PowerPoint. Required reading and videos, the quiz that is taken from the information in the required reading and videos. Below that is a link to the discussion leader instructions for that week's discussion leaders to read, and the link to the weekly research for this module. Here is more of Module 2, including the entire research activity. This helps you participate in the class discussion and is due on Mondays. Followed by the link to the discussion board for Module 2, where you will participate in a class discussion prompted by the discussion leader questions and articles, due Tuesday and Wednesday. Please see those instructions. A link to class discussion board participation instructions, which will tell you all of what I just started to tell you, and a link to the group activity, which is due on Thursdays. Here's the rest of Module 2. After the group activity, you will find a link to an upcoming assignment, in this case library badges, as well as the next assignment, the cultural identity paper. Please don't start this yet. Below that, you will find my instructor summary PowerPoint every Thursday and a link to the place where you will answer the reflection questions from the summary PowerPoint. These answers are due every Friday. For every week, there is a discussion board. From the welcome email, you should know that you need to sign up to be a discussion leader. Look through the discussion leader list, choose your first and second choice, and send me an email with your choices. I will make up the discussion leader list based on who first come, first served. I will post a current list of the discussion leaders in that list, found under course information in Blackboard. I will update that as necessary. You can find the discussion boards as well as the discussion leader posts that have their questions for you to answer by clicking on Class Discussion Board under Course Content in the Blackboard menu. Click on the module in which you want to participate and create a new thread to answer the questions or lead the discussion. Every week you must submit your first discussion post on Tuesday by 11:59 and your reply posts by Wednesdays at 11:59. Let's look at the top of the assignments. Here is a list of all the assignments that are in this folder. You can see my late policy here as well as all of the assignments and any extra credit. Be sure to read the class discussion board participation instructions so that you can get all of the participation points. Completing all of the assignments as well as the other tasks is important. All assignments are found in the Assignments button in Blackboard, and they are due on Sundays by 11:59 p.m. You will not find quizzes and research, etc. in the assignments. There will be group work every week. As students, you have the opportunity to make group work successful during this or any other class. Be considerate of your other group members and do your part. If you can communicate effectively and often, your group experience should not be as pictured on this slide. To get to a group discussion board, click on Groups under Course Content in the Blackboard menu. There will usually be one group activity per week, although some weeks have individual activities or no activities. Week 1 includes 2 group activities, an introduction post and a group activity for definitions, although I'm not sure that's right. All group activity instructions will be located in the weekly module. Some of the activities need to be turned into the group discussion board, but most of them must be submitted in the actual group activity found in that weekly module. All group work except the introduction post is due on Thursdays by 11:59 p.m. Clicking on My Grades will take you to the grades you receive from me for each portion of the weekly modules as well as the assignments. I will add comments that you can see in your grades for all assignments and often for other types of work such as quizzes and group activities. I can always answer an email when you have questions about your grades. Please see the course resources for information about how to see the comments in your grades in Blackboard. The focus of this class is diverse perspectives on safety and justice for oppressed communities. We will be studying several populations that experience human rights violations. Why is ethics and diversity the theme for this class? Oppressed communities lack the safety of the more privileged populations. How we view a population that is being oppressed depends on our cultural and ethical frameworks. This is true of individuals, institutions, groups, corporations, and governments. Here is a list of all the assignments. This does not include the weekly quiz, research, group activities, reflection, and those answers. The extra credits assignments are found at the bottom of the assignments. You may complete up to 50 points in extra credit. Any questions? If you have questions, be sure to send me an email. I prefer that you not reply to announcement as it's difficult to see individual emails. Instead, please start an email with UF200 online in the subject line. I teach 3 classes, so putting online will let me know that you're in that class. You can always add me to your contact list as Chris Clover chrisclover@boisestate.edu. Here is how to contact me. You may also call the University Foundation's office at 208-426-4057. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching and listening. I will make some notes about some of the mistakes that I've made if I need to make corrections. Sometimes I fumble when I'm making this video, but 2 or 3 takes is enough. Thanks.